Happy Wednesday. This is the heart of the Heart of Success show with me. I'm your host, Larissa Vakulina. I go live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. South Australian time zone. And here on this show, I'm sharing with you different methods, tools, techniques, tips and motivation and inspiration of how can you create the life you want. How can you use your own inner inbuilt divine faculties and the power, and also the external hidden forces of nature to create the life you really want. Many of you know I bought the property some 10 years ago. I didn't know anything about energy, or I didn't know anything about how to live on land. That was a big challenge for me to explore this type of living and explore my inner abilities of how can I adapt into the environment that was quite challenging and still is. But I would like to share with you that I just intuitively have been trying to organize things here on my land. The way I was feeling, the way I've seen that will enhance or bring some more harmony. But really, I decided to invite a specialist, the eco energy environmentalist that was working on my land to actually align and balance all the energies and electromagnetic field and paramagnetism and ferromagnetism. How can we use all of these hidden forces of nature to harness and utilize the balance of it to create an optimal coexistence of everything that is alive? So back then, 10 years ago, I've been creating a place here that would balance all of the negative, distorted currents or geomagnetic flows and energetic currents that possibly were on my land. And I invited a specialist that we created a system of antennae and the paramagnetic network. At that time, back then, I really didn't understand how it works, and I really just trusted the process. And now I can tell for sure the result of that implementation. And this is mind-blowing, because this is exactly 10 years since I installed all of the devices and all of the remedies to align all the natural forces and all the wisdom of nature to actually enhance and improve environment in this place. And that environment is basically multiplying through the landscape for the much more extended distance and the territory that I would expect. So and that was just my desire to create the space for myself, for my family, for friends, for my business, for my practice, healing practice, for my clients, for the guests that come to stay here. And it is proved to be an amazing journey of starting to understand how this alignment works, and experimenting with all the plants and all the planting the trees and orchard and vegetables and animals. And my practice, I can assure you, for, I assure you, for the benefits of creating such a system that is actually focusing on bringing paramagnetism into your space, that will activate all the originally leading alignment that needs to exist for the well-being and health of everything that is alive. Why I'm telling you this, because we are having right now so much of the distortion, and this distortion is invisible because we cannot really smell it, touch it, see it, and we believe and we think that that really is not affecting us, but we have layers and layers and layers of distracted, very harmful frequencies that are created artificially to run all of these services like communication, like our smart homes, our smart TVs, the smart iPhones, and also the GPS systems, the military frequencies, the weather forecast frequencies, the transformers, the electrical lines on each street. So this is all are very, very distorted um, energies that are dramatically affecting our health. And while I was living on my land here and experimenting with all the alignment that I did 10 years ago with the systems of antennae, the mandalas, the paramagnetic tower, all the symbols and things that needs to be implemented back then. How this environment is completely different from the environment, let's say, in the city or even somewhere else, a few kilometers from me in any street of the city. So I wanted to really take this and explore in a little bit more deeper level. And I was always wanting to study these things because, as you know, I was studying for 4 years in the premier school in energetic healing in America for 4 years. So I was exploring that inner space of the human beings, but now I'm really interested to understand how my property transformed from the ordinary and in the sense of when I bought it, it was really a very harsh and imbalanced place. It transformed through the harnessing all the hidden forces of nature into the place of harmony, into the place of abundance, into the place of um, enhancing all the natural, sustainable, and regenerative relationship between everything that exists here: animals, plants, humans, and all of these are working together to actually multiply and regenerate the supportive energies for the health, well-being, for happiness, for joyfulness. And so I was just having intentions that one day I'm gonna to really learn all of these systems that I implemented here at Ascara for 10 years on a professional level. And it took me quite a number of years to actually manifest it into the reality. So as you know from my last week episode, I'm actually studying right now energy ecology course for practitioners. So I'm actually diving in to the deeper understanding of how we can still improve and enhance and balance all the electromagnetic field and the shamanic, and bring the organic healthy shamanic field into the place that is completely distorted by all the artificial harmful frequencies. So that's what I'm in the middle of this course. It's mind blowing. It is absolutely um, paradigm changing. It is perception changing. It is reality changing course that is actually providing me with a much more deeper and intimate understanding of how the nature works, and how we as a humans forgot, or we basically haven't been tuned in to respect the nature enough to to work itself, and to sustain and regenerate rather than drive us into the deficit and self-elimination, right? Because we crossed the line of the regenerative natural support. So we have been not respecting nature in a way that we are considering it as a slave for us, as a we are exploiting it in a way that in many cases it's too late to restore. But at the same time, we are in a position to completely flip this distorted and dying environment around us into the harmonious, calm, coherent, and very life supporting environment. And each of us, if we can start to really shift our understanding that if we help the nature to gain that vitality back, then it will support us naturally. We don't really need to do a lot. The nature will do everything when we are respecting it, and when we are actually uh, create the devices that will bring the natural alignment, the natural organic environment back into the existence. And this is really invaluable. There's no value into this, because looking at what happening on a bigger scale, on a planetary universal size of our activities, of the human activity. So we need to start one by one, at least to create our immediate environment, our immediate space where we spending most of our time, either at home or at work. And we can shift that, and we can change that into the more life supporting environment where we can restore ourselves, and we can restore everything that is around us, so that it starts to then support and sustain and regenerate itself. So in this course, I'm studying an enormous amount of ancient information, and all the wisdom of the nature that was used millions and thousands of years ago, and how our ancestors been really intelligent in terms of living and working together with nature, but not against that. So, and it's an amazing journey, and I'm just so excited. I am also a little bit overwhelmed because of the amount of information and the quality of information that is completely breaking down all the limits of the conscious understanding. So this is very, very amazing choice that I made. And what I'm learning right now is how much the human beings have upset the balance of the forces in the natural world, how to go about restoring that balance, how time controls the flow of life energy, how life energy enriches matter, about the importance of the sacred places found in every country, about the traditions that have shaped our sense of the sacred. So, and the main things is that now I connected the dots between, a little fragmented uh, concepts and knowledge that I actually generally know, but now after this course it's all start to make absolutely connected, united sense that the universe, the earth, and every person are part of one indivisible whole. So when we start to really deeply feel that we are absolutely all and interconnected, and everything is interconnected. So the trees, the plants are interconnected with that life supporting environment, and they are very, very important part of that environment, of that universal living space that we all occupy. Well, then we can start to change our attitude of how about our actions, and how and what we do with that with environments around us, and how we actually use and invite the wisdom of nature to assist us in our wellness, in our inspiration, in our thought process, in our ideas, in our creative impulse. So this is all a part of one big picture, and I'm very excited that I would be able then assist anyone in your immediate space. Not only I'm studying the theory, I would say, the theory, which is, of course, seems like a theory, but it is a vibrational matrix that is affecting my whole system, because it is changing the paradigm. And I'm not only doing this right now by studying all of these ancient systems, but it also confirms my own experience of 10 years living with these systems that are actually transforming and changing lives. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I'm really excited that I very soon, maybe in another half a year, once I finish my course, I need to practice maybe for a year, and then of course I would be able to help anyone who is interested to dive into that space of the wisdom of the nature that surrounds us. And I'm not talking only about some outside landscape like trees and lakes and things, but immediate environment inside of your house. So because everything is energy, and beyond the matter is energy. So the houses, the building structures, the architecture, everything is affected. Everything affects the quality of our life. So thank you so much for being with me here today. It's an interesting turn in my life, which I'm really, really excited about. Now I can combine my knowledge and brain and healing science that was focusing on the systems of the inner landscape of the human being, and how we can enhance and help through the modality of the hands-on energetic healing and working with the energy consciousness of the human being. Now I'm studying how can I work with the energy consciousness of the external environment, with the energy consciousness of the nature. So thank you so much. I'll talk to you next week, and I will be live next week with you because today, again, I needed to record my episode because I'm studying every day, all day. Cannot do it live, but I'm excited to see you next week and update you on the finishing of my course and how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, and really looking forward to tell you all about it and also possibly work with you in the future. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Let us listen a little bit of music.